What's up, everyone? It's your boy Chia with Fun Fun Adventures, and just reiterating some things about obviously the whole new update and not being able to check in early. I think the only real solution, if this is the standard now, is really only if they change the drop times from at 20 to at probably at least 30. If not, they keep that drop time at 20 and they need to change the check-in times to 35 to 30 or 35. And it sounds wild, but you have to think that majority of the time, orders are already ready majority of the time. And I get it, orders are supposed to be delivered at a specific time, but like I personally believe and know that most customers like receiving their orders a little earlier or earlier. So, like, haven't really ever had any customers say anything or write anything. And obviously, I know that is its own analytics, PR stuff with actual Walmart that they probably deal with, or the stores. And I get it, you never want to order too early because produce and stuff. But the vast majority, those are not those are a small vast majority of orders where it needs to be very specific. And I think that small hit overall, it's not gonna affect what overall everything that's happening right now. So they're either gonna have to move the drop time 10 minutes or move the 10 minutes forward. So instead of dropping at 20 to the hour, 30 to the hour. So it helps the analytics of the next delivery people being able to pick up a second order and not being bummed out in order. Or they're gonna have to move the arrive check-in time 10 to 15 minutes earlier, because at least in this sense, it'll help orders keep going out, and it also help when there's ASAP orders. Those ASAP orders, even though they're sitting in the store, it help those ASAP orders get moved out more. And that's a big reason why checking early helped get these orders out more. Because the way I believe it is, at least in my market, based on what I see, I believe during peak hours, there's probably only like 15 to 20 drivers, consistent drivers, at least I would say, for those 3 hours. Let's say for those 2 to 5 consistent, they're there for the whole time, it's probably 15 to 20. Everyone else I don't really want to include, because it's kind of like you don't know if they're just doing one run, 2 runs, because they're just killing that time. But there's always probably almost like double orders, like it's almost 2 to 1, but we'll just say 1.5 to 1 orders per driver. Because during those times, I almost always see ASAP orders and express orders and batch orders, which is .com orders. And because of that, it's very obvious to know that there's always orders there. But now that all they did was enforce the check-in time or pickup time at only one period of the hour, and then nothing is gonna help mitigate that. Now everything's just in back order, because everyone has to wait. There's only so many employees from Walmart bringing out the orders. You're not calculating in call outs and sick, people not being there. So if there's only 4 people, just in theory, 4 people trying to get out, 30, 40 orders in 1 hour, and there's say 20 drivers there, like that takes a lot of time. It doesn't matter if even everything's staged or whatnot, because there's only very few workers who's willing to be like, oh, okay, there's like, I could get these 2 orders out because they both fit on my cart. I could get 3, 4 orders out because they can fit on my cart, because people just don't want to multitask and mess up possibly, or like in that sense, like it's mainly just one order come and go, one order come and go. It's rarely ever 2, and it's rarely ever more than that. And they're always, you always have to presume that they have less workers to help than not. And because of that, you will presume there will be more ASAP orders, which there would be, but then in that sense, like, now those orders are waiting. So who cares about ASAP? Those orders are waiting. Versus, if we're able to check in a little earlier, yes, I would believe most customers will appreciate getting their orders 10-15 minutes earlier. Now those ASAP orders could potentially be done in a reasonable time, and also possibly help that Spark driver get that order in within that hour and make it to the next one. Or at worst, they helped that hour get 2 orders out, and it becomes 1 order less of stress for the next drop. Because there's a next drop, now people are hesitant on, should I wait 5, 10, 15 minutes? Because, like, I don't know if the order wasn't good enough, or we don't know how the next drop is going to be in general. So then now you're playing this back. Now drivers have to play this back and forth game, and because of that, now you're gonna have orders just not going out in Walmart, and you're gonna have customers wondering, why is my order consistently now 15 to 30 minutes late? It's not gonna happen to the same customer every time, but it's gonna happen over and over again. And when you get the consistent customers that order every week, and eventually it's gonna start happening. If it happens once a month, which is a lot of time, but it starts happening once a month, it's gonna add up. So there needs to be some good changes. I hope they have it in the works, because if they don't, then it's just gonna be another wild west thing. Like I said, I believe they're gonna lose drivers, they're gonna have a lot of upset customers, and everything's gonna trickle down from there. So hopefully they make some kind of good change to help them create analytics that they can maintain, but also create analytics where it's efficient for everyone, from the workers bringing it out, from the drivers delivering it, and from the customers being happy at the end of the day. Because no matter what, orders got to be picked, orders got to get delivered, customers got to be happy. All right, thanks for listening. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget, stay blessed, stay humble.